Hello,
Hi.
hello, my friend. I am ready, happy to see you today, and I am very glad you took the time to talk with us.
Hmm.
Boxing, uh, boxing is a beautiful sport, and
Yeah.
it's always exciting to see young fighters who are brave enough to step into the ring. Today, we are talking to a very talented young boxer who already shows great passion for the sport. Please allow me to introduce a young warrior of the ring, Tony Franco. Even at a young age, Tony shows discipline, courage, and love for boxing. Fighters like him remind us that champions start the journey very early with big dreams and strong hearts. Tony is learning, improving, and gaining experience every time he steps into the ring, and his future in boxing looks very bright. And first questions. Tony, I always love talking to young fighters because your energy and passion for boxing are very special. When kids start boxing, it usually begins with a dream or a moment that inspires them. Sometimes it's watching a big fight on TV. Sometimes it's a family member who loves boxing. For many young fighters, the gym becomes a second home where they learn discipline and confidence. Boxing teaches not only how to fight but also how to believe in yourself. It builds character and strong mentality. That's why I'm very curious about how your journey started. I think your story can inspire many other young kids who want to start boxing. What made you start boxing? Sound, microphone. Oh,
What
cool.
made me start boxing is my brother. If it wasn't for my brother, I would have never heard of this sport. So I just want to thank my brother for everything. And I'm just happy to be in this sport because if it wasn't for my brother, I would have not have been here right now, talking to you, especially right now. But yeah.
Tony, every young fighter remembers the first day in the boxing gym. The smell of the gloves, the sound of the punching bags, and the excitement of learning something new. For many kids, it can feel a little scary at first, but also very exciting. That first step into the gym is always special because it begins the journey. I imagine you also had that moment when everything felt new and interesting. Sometimes that first day stays in a fighter's memory forever. It becomes part of the stories they tell later in life. That's why I would really love to hear about your experience. Do you remember your very first day in boxing gym?
Yeah. Um, I used to train with this one professional. His name was Alex Salcedo. And well, we started training there, and well, I remember the first punch I learned was my jab, and then move, and then I would go back, front, and then I did some rounds of that. I did some jump rope, and then I started hitting back. I felt like better, and then I just started fighting.
Every boxer remembers their first fight. It's usually a mix of excitement, nerves, and adrenaline. Young fighters often feel butterflies in the stomach before stepping into the ring. But once the bell rings, everything changes and they focus on the fight. That moment teaches courage and confidence, even if the result isn't perfect. The experience is very valuable. Many champions say their first fight was unforgettable. It becomes the beginning of their real boxing journey. So, I'd really like to ask you about that moment. How did you feel before your very first boxing fight?
Well, my first boxing fight, I thought it was gonna feel like a sparring, but when I got in there, I was like, "Nah, this ain't no boxing. This ain't no sparring match. It's a real fight." And the rounds, I'm gonna be so honest, the rounds feel super duper long, especially for the first fight.
Tony, boxing is not an easy sport, especially for kids. It requires hard training, discipline, and dedication. Young fighters wake up early, go to the gym, and work on their skills every day. Sometimes training can be very tough, but it also makes fighters stronger. Through training, kids learn patience and determination. They also learn how to handle challenges. Many young athletes say that boxing teaches them lessons for life. That's why I am curious about how you feel about training. What is your favorite part of boxing training?
Like when I see my brother fight, and then other fights just encourage me to like do things, do better, and then for training, my favorite thing to do is probably hit the bag, power and speed.
Boxing requires a lot of discipline, even for young fighters. Kids who train boxing often learn to work hard and never give up. It's not always easy to balance school, training, and rest, but many young athletes manage to do it because they love the sport. I think it takes a lot of determination when someone is young and already committed into boxing. It shows strong character. This is something many people admire in young fighters. So, I'd like to know how you handle all of this. How do you balance school and boxing training? School and boxing training.
Well, both are pretty difficult. You just gotta set your mind to both of them, and you just gotta pay attention to what they're telling you. And well, yeah,
Tony, who is your favorite boxer in the world?
right now it has to be
Yeah.
Bam Bam, cause his one of his when he won his WBC, that was one of his best fights with that stoppage.
Jesse Rodriguez, Bam Bam. Tony, many, many young fighters look up to champions who inspire them. When kids watch great boxers, they imagine themselves fighting like them one day. Champions show the world what hard work and dedication can achieve. One of the most exciting fighters in boxing today is Bam Bam Rodriguez. He fights with incredible speed, skills, and confidence. Many fans love watching his style because he is always exciting in the ring. Fighters like him inspire the next generation. That's why I'd really like to ask you about him. What is your
Well,
favorite fight? Bam Bam Rodriguez.
it was his last fight, cause what he has is his power to the body shots. That's how he stopped his opponents. And well, that's really cool, especially to a kid, cause like you don't see a lot of that from a lot of the pros. And well, yeah.
Yes. When young fighters study champions, they often try to learn from their style. Some boxers have very fast hands, others have great defense or footwork. Bam Bam Rodriguez is known for his speed and smart boxing. Watching fighters like him can help young athletes improve. Sometimes kids even try to copy their favorite punches. That's a fun way to learn in boxing. Every young boxer usually has something they admire in champion. So I'd love to ask you about that. What do you like the most about Bam Bam Rodriguez' boxing style?
Well, I love that he's fast and he's smart because he thinks about what he's gonna do while at the same time he's doing it. And well, he's fast with it, so they can't really catch him. They try, but they miss, and then they get a body shot. So I'm trying on my power and my speed.
Oh, he's great. Tony, many kids dream about meeting their boxing heroes one day. Imagine standing next a champion you admire. That moment can feel very special for a young fighter. Champions often inspire kids to work harder in the gym. They show that big dreams are possible. Meeting a champion can motivate someone even more. I think every young boxer would love that experience. So, I want to ask you something fun. Would you like to meet Bam Bam Rodriguez one day?
Yes, I would love that because I really look up to him because he is a good fighter, and with his excellent smart, he's smart and he thinks about it, and then he does it, and he doesn't miss.
Watching great fighters can teach young boxers many things. Sometimes it's about combinations, sometimes about movement in the ring. Bam Bam Rodriguez is very technical and smart when he fights. He controls distance and uses great timing. There are important skills for every boxer to learn. Young fighters often try to practice what they see from champions. It helps them develop their own style. That's why I'm curious about this. Do you try to learn new punches by watching Bam Bam Rodriguez?
Yes, I do. Like I be trying to hit the body shots he do, and well, they don't look as good as his, but they still land.
Every champion has a special moment when they realize they can become great. For Bam Bam Rodriguez, his rise in boxing happened very fast. He surprised many fans with his talent and confidence. Stories like that inspire young fighters everywhere. Kids see that age doesn't matter if you work hard. Dedication can take you very far in boxing. Champions were once kids in the gym just like you. That's why this question is interesting. Do you think Bam Bam Rodriguez is one of the most exciting boxers today?
Yes, I think he is, because in my opinion, You can be good. You just gotta have the foot movement and the speed.
In your opinion, he is first number pound for pound rankings.
Yeah.
If you could train with Bam Bam Rodriguez, what would you want to learn from him? Mentality, punches, footwork, many others.
I would like to learn his footwork and how he sets it up for the body shot.
You are very talented young boxer. Very, very talented. Do you think you could fight like Bam Bam Rodriguez one day?
In my opinion, everything's possible if you set your mind to it.
If you could say something to Bam Bam Rodriguez, what would you tell him?
That I love how he fights. His fighting stance is one of the best, and I would like to learn how he sets it up.
And many. Tony, when kids start boxing, they begin learning the basics step by step. The first punches, the footwork, and the defense are all very important. Every young fighter slowly develops their own style. Some fighters love attacking, others like moving and counterpunching. Over time, those styles become stronger and more unique. Coaches help young fighters discover what works best for them. I'm always fascinated by how young fighters develop their skills. So, I'd love to ask you about your favorite technique. What is your favorite punch in boxing?
You jab, and then you overhand, and then to the body.
Every every young fighter also experience nerves moment before a fight. Standing in the ring, waiting for the bell can feel very intense, but those moments also build courage. Many young fighters say that the nerves disappear once the fight begins. The excitement replaces the fear. That moment teaches kids to stay calm under pressure. It's a valuable lesson not only in boxing but in life. I am really curious about how you experience those moments. Do you feel nerves before your fights?
Yes. I mean, in my opinion, I heard from a lot of fighters because I would ask them for my first fight. I asked them, do y'all still get nervous for y'all's fight?" They're like, "Yeah." I mean, it's just nervous, but when you get in the ring, it don't feel.
Well done. Boxing is also about learning from every fight. Whether you win
Mm,
or lose, there is always something to improve. Young fighters
yeah.
gain experience every time they step into the ring. Each fight teaches new lessons about timing, defense, and strategy. Over time, those lessons help fighters grow. It's amazing to see how much young athletes improve from fight to fight. That's why every bout is important. I'd love to know how you see your own progress. What do you think you improve the most after every fight?
I improve throwing more punches because my first fight, I really throw punches, and well now I'm throwing a lot of punches.
Training partners are also very important for young fighters. In the gym, kids learn not only from their coaches but also from each other. Sparring helps fighters understand boxing better. It teaches timing, control, and respect. Good training partners help each other grow. Many friendships and created in boxing gyms. Those friendships can last for many years. I imagine you also have teammates you train with every day. So, I'd like to ask about them. Do you have a favorite sparring partner in your gym?
I think one of my favorite sparring partners is probably you interviewed her already. It was Annie.
Annie,
Yeah, she's a good sparring partner for me, and her brother is too.
brother. Every Every young boxer also learns about discipline outside the ring. Healthy food, rest, and good habits are very important. Many kids who box start taking care of their bodies very early. This helps them feel strong and energetic. Athletes often say that discipline outside the gym is just as important as training inside the gym. It becomes part of their lifestyle. Young fighters learn responsibility through sport. I am interested in how you see that part of boxing. Do you try to eat healthy like a professional athlete?
Well, when I have a match coming up, yes, I do try. But whenever I don't have a match, I be eating junk food. But I know when to stop, and I drinking Coke is not good for you, or like a lot of type of juices where they might have too much calories isn't good. Like if you're about to fight.
Wow. One, one of the most exciting moments for young fighters is hearing the crowd cheer. Even in amateur fights, the atmosphere can be incredible. Family, friends, and teammates support the boxer from the stands. That support can give fighters extra motivation. It makes them feel proud and confident. Many athletes remember the sound of the crowd for years. It becomes part of the memory of the fight. I'd love to know how you feel about that. How does it feel when people cheer for you during your fight?
Well, really, and while you're in the fight, you really can't hear nothing. But when you go back to your corner, that's when you hear everything. And well, it's cool, but a lot of times, really, you can't even hear it. So at the same time, you don't know what they're saying.
Yes, young fighters often dream big. When they train every day, they imagine their future in boxing. Some dream of winning championships, others dream of fighting in big arenas. Those dreams give motivation to work harder. Every champion once started as a kid with a dream. They, the journey can be long, but passion makes it possible. I think it's always inspiring to hear young fighters talk about their goals. So, I'd love to ask you about your dream. Do you dream about becoming a world champion one day?
Yes, I do. I hope to own the WBC and the WBO.
Oh, yes. What is the most fun moment you have had in boxing so far?
When I won my first national tournament.
Tell me about, please, national tournament.
It was the rival national tournament. I had lost my first day, but then I won my second.
What do you usually think about when you step into the ring?
Well, I feel like I'm ready and I'm ready to get to it.
Tony, what is the hardest part of boxing training for you?
Probably the like when you're overweight and you gotta lose it by this week.
Do you like sparring? Do you like sparring or back work more?
I like sparring more to help people and for they can help me at the same time.
What makes you feel proud after a fight?
Like when I see my family supporting me, my brothers.
Family, family. What advice would you give to kids who want to start boxing?
I would give them the advice to no matter if it's hard, don't keep training. Put the work in for you can start fighting.
Yes. Tony, boxing is a very important part of your life, but you are also a kid who goes to school every day. Many young athletes have to balance their sports and their education at the same time. School teaches important lessons that help people later in life. It also a place where kids meet friends and learn new things every day. Even champions once sat in classrooms and studies different subjects. Education and sports can work together and make a person stronger. I am really curious about your school life. That's why I'd like to start with questions. What is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject would probably be um I think math.
Oh, good. School is a place where kids learn many different things. Some subjects can be very fun, while others can be more challenging. Every student usually has a subject that feels more difficult than the others. But those difficult subjects can also need patience and hard work. Many athletes say that discipline in school helps them in sports too. Learning to focus on homework can help with focus in training. It's all part of growing and becoming stronger. So, I'd like to ask you about this. Is there a school subject that is difficult for you?
Probably be like a little bit of history because history really doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, history, history is a hard subject. Many, many young athletes have busy schedules between school, homework, and training. The days can be very full. Sometimes it can be hard to find enough time for everything, but learning to manage time is an important skill. Champions often say they learn discipline very early in life. Kids who train sports often become very organized. They learn how to finish their tasks and stay focused. I'm very interested in how you handle your schedule. Do you finish your homework before or after boxing training?
Well, really, they don't really give me homework. They give me homework every once in a while, and whenever we get it, we get to work at it at school. So I finish it at school.
Friends, I wanna talk about your friends. Friends are also a big part of school life. Kids spend a lot of time together in class, during breaks, and after school. Good friends can support each other and share fun moments. Sometimes friends even come to watch boxing matches and cheer. That kind of support can mean a lot for a young fighter. Having people who believe in you is very important. Friendships created in childhood can last many years. So, I am curious about your school friends. Do your friends at school know that you are a boxer?
Yes,
What they think about that?
they're like, oh, really? Like, oh, that's cool.
What do your classmates say about your boxing?
They're like, you think you can beat me in a fight?
Так. About your fight.
No, like they be telling me, you think you can beat me in a fight?
Do your teachers support your boxing career?
Yeah, my principals too.
Good teachers. What time do you usually wake up for school?
I wake up at 6:40.
Do you like studying history, math, or science more?
Um, in my opinion, I like starting math first.
Do you talk about boxing with your classmates? About Bam Bam Rodriguez, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and others?
No, because really, they don't really know about boxing. They know more about soccer.
Ah, soccer. Have your classmates ever come to watch your fights?
No, because a lot of times they play whenever they have a soccer game. They also can't.
What do you like to do during school breaks?
I like to go to the gym, get some fights, and hang out with my friends.
Do you play other sports at school?
No.
Do your friends ever ask you to teach them boxing?
Yes, a lot. They'd be like, "How do you stand? How do you throw a punch?"
What is your favorite thing about school?
My favorite thing about school is probably like when I get to see my friends, but at the same time we do things like group project.
What is the funniest moment you remember from school?
The funniest moment from school would probably be um hmm, when my friend fell off the chair.
Do you ever shadow box at school?
Do I
Shadow
ever what?
box. Shadow box in school.
Shadow box at school? No.
Do you have a best friend at school?
Yes.
Tell me about him, please.
Well, he loves soccer,
Oh,
but he's also really focused on school and soccer.
what is his favorite football player? Messi or Ronaldo?
His is Ronaldo. Well, actually, it's both. He likes both of them.
My favorite football player is Lionel Messi. What do you usually do after school before training?
Well, I relax for a bit, I eat, and then I go to practice.
Do you like reading books?
Not really. That's not my thing.
What is your favorite place in school?
My favorite place in school would probably be uh ooh, that's a hard one. Mm, Probably the math classroom.
Oh. Do you ever talk about your fights in class? Right, in
Every
class.
every once in a while, sometimes they be asking me, cause I tell them when I'm gonna fight, and they be asking.
Tony, what do you want to learn more about in school?
Probably history,
Oh.
since that one's the hardest one.
History of United States is great. Do you like school competitions or events?
Mm, I don't really go to those, cause I have to go to boxing, or it's on a day of someone's fight.
Do you ever feel tired after school and boxing training?
Not like tired, but I do get exhausted.
What do you usually eat after school?
After school, I probably would eat like some tacos.
Uh, Do you have a favorite teacher?
Mm,
No.
no.
Do you enjoy learning new things in school?
Yeah.
What is your dream job besides boxing? Maybe coach.
Um, that's a good one. I don't really know.
What is your favorite boxer of the past?
Of the past, it
Yeah.
would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Gervonta Davis is a cool boxer. Tony, many young fighters love watching exciting champions. Some boxers become very popular because of their power and knockout ability. One of those fighters is Gervonta Davis, who many fans call Tank. He is known for his explosive power and incredible knockouts. When he fights, the whole arena becomes very loud because fans expect something spectacular. Many young fighters watch his fights to learn about aggression and confidence in the ring. Fighters like him bring excitement to the sport of boxing. That's why I'd really like to ask you about him. Do you enjoy watching Gervonta Davis fight?
I do. Like when he fought Ryan Garcia, he caught it when he dropped him in the seventh round. He said he was going to drop him in the seventh round.
Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. This is cool fight. Gervonta Davis is famous for his knockout power. Many of his fights end with spectacular knockouts that fans remember for a long time. Power like that makes fights very exciting to watch. Young fighters often get inspired by boxers who can finish fights with one punch. But power also comes from hard training and discipline. Champions work many years to develop those skills. It's something every young boxer dreams about. That's why I am curious about your thoughts. What do you like the most about Gervonta Davis as a fighter?
Probably that he's funny while being in the ring, and then out of nowhere, boom, knocks out.
Yes. Many young fighters try to learn from champions they admire. Watching fights can teach timing, combinations, and movement. Some kids even try to copy the punches they see from their favorite boxers. Gervonta Davis has a very aggressive style in the ring. He moves forward with confidence and look for big punches. That style makes his fights very entertaining. Young fighters often study those moments carefully. I wonder if you do the same. Do you ever try to copy Gervonta Davis punches in training?
Yeah, I try a lot. He's like, and then my coach is like, "What are you doing?"
Oh. Boxing fans around the world love big knockouts. Mike Tyson, Gervonta Davis, Deontay Wilder. When a fighters win by knockout, the crowd becomes very excited. Gervonta Davis has created many unforgettable knockout moments. Those highlights travel all over the internet and inspire young athletes. Knockouts require timing, speed, and precision. They also require courage in the ring. Every young fighter dreams about landing a perfect punch one day. So, I'd like to ask you this. Do you like knockout fighters like Gervonta Davis or Mike Tyson?
Yes, I do, because they have good power, and you can learn a lot of things from what they're doing and how they're doing it.
Some fighters are known for speed, others for defense, and some for power. Gervonta Davis is known for explosive power and confidence. When he steps into the ring, he always believes he can win. That confidence is something every fighter needs. Young boxers often learn that mindset from champions. Believing in yourself is very important in sport. Confidence can make a big difference during a fight. I'd really like to hear your opinion about this. Do you think confidence is one of Gervonta Davis' biggest strengths?
Yes. I think if it wasn't for his power, he would still have speed because he's not that heavy, but at the same time, he's a good amount. And well, his power is really basically everything that he has to knock the opponent out.
Would you like to train with Gervonta Davis one day?
Yes, cause I want to learn his technical power.
What would you ask Gervonta Davis if you meet him?
Um, First I would ask him for his autograph, and then I would ask him how long did it take you until, like, how much fights did he have in the amateurs, and then when did he become pro?
Do you think Gervonta Davis is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today?
Yes.
Do you like his nickname Tank?
Yeah.
Do you think you could become a knockout fighter like Gervonta Davis one day?
Yes, I just gotta set my mind to it.
What What do you think about Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson is a good fighter for his speed and power, and he's really good because of his speed and power, and so that's really good for him.
Peekaboo style,
Yeah, because people couldn't see him because he could, and then boom.
left hook. Tony, boxing is a sport that teaches many important lessons in life. It teaches discipline, respect, and courage. When young fighters step into the ring, they learn how to control their emotions and focus on their goals. Training every day builds strong character. Many champions say that boxing changed their lives when they were young. It helps them become stronger mentally and physically. I think young fighters like you represent the future of the sport. That's why I'd like to ask you about your love for boxing. What do you love the most about boxing?
Well, really, the most I like about boxing is that you can also do it with other people, but at the same time, you can do it by yourself. And boxing, I learned that boxing's a dangerous sport because if you get hit in the back of the head too much time, something bad might happen. And then, well, a lot of times because the boxers are good and because of family members.
You are the future. Boxing gyms are special places where fighters grow and improve every day. The sound of gloves hitting the back and the energy of training can be very motivating. Young fighters spend many hours learning the basics and improving their skills. Every day they become a little bit stronger and faster. The gym often feels like a second home for many athletes. It's a place where friendships are built and dreams start to grow. I'm very curious about your experience in the gym. How many days a week do you train boxing?
Well, I train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
for days. Oh, cool. Training is one of the most important part of boxing. Fighters repeat the same drills many times to become better. It can sometimes feel very hard, but it makes fighters stronger. Coaches help young athletes learn discipline and patience. Every champion once trained just like this when they were young. Hard work in the gym builds future champions. That effort eventually shows in the ring. So, I'm interested to know how you feel about training. What is the hardest part
Well,
of boxing training for you? The hardest part.
you're training really hard for a fight that's coming up, and then the opponent never shows up to weigh-ins.
Well done. Well done. Boxing also requires courage. Stepping into the right in front of people is not easy, especially for young fighters.
Mhm.
But that moment teaches bravery and confidence. Many fighters say the ring is where they test themselves. Each fight is an opportunity to grow and improve. Win or loss, every fight teaches something valuable. It's part of the journey in boxing. I'd really like to know how you feel about that moment. How do you feel when you step into the ring?
I feel ready. I feel a little nervous, but at the same time, I'm happy and I'm ready to put a show on.
Young fighters often dream about big arenas and championship belts. Those dreams help them stay motivated during hard training sessions. Every champion once imagined their future in boxing when they were young. Dreams give athletes the energy to keep going. Even when training is difficult, the dream remains strong. Boxing is a long journey that requires patience, but the passion for the sport makes it possible. That's why I want to ask about your dream. What is your biggest dream in boxing? Olympics gold medal or undisputed championship in pro? Olympics medal, all belts in pro.
First, I want to win a Olympics gold medal, and then after I win that, I want to go pro and be a world champion, one of the best champions that ever did.
Yes. What is the first thing you learn in boxing? The first thing.
The first thing is probably the your foot movement, and then your first punch, and then moving your head.
Do you like learning new combinations?
Yes, I really do, because it helps me a lot in the fights and in sparring.
How long do your boxing trainings usually last?
5 until like 8.
8 hours?
No, 5 in the afternoon until 8.
Ah,
So 3 hours.
oh, wow, how good you are. Do you enjoy shadow boxing? Not school, in gym. Shadow boxing.
And gym, yes, yeah, I do. Cause at the same time, I can watch myself do it in the mirror, and it helps me. It's like you're fighting yourself.
Do you like walking on speed or power more?
Me more power.
Mike Tyson. Do you enjoy watching boxing fights on TV?
Yeah. Like not too long ago, there's a fight with Emiliano Vargas, and he put a good fight.
Yes. Do you practice boxing moves at home?
Yeah.
What makes a great boxer, in your
It's
opinion?
not, in my opinion, it's not about the people you train with. It's how you train.
Do you like training with other kids in the gym?
Yeah, because a lot of times they just ask you for advice and how to throw a punch, how to throw this punch or that punch.
What is the best advice your coach gave you?
That if you, he once told me, if you don't do this, imagine if you did this, imagine how you would do in your fight.
Do you like fast fights or technical fights more?
Fast fights or technical fights? In my opinion, I like technical fights.
Long fights, long technical fights. Do you enjoy warming up before training?
Yeah, I do, because if I don't, I just feel like I'm stiff.
What
Yeah,
is your, what is your favorite boxing move?
my favorite boxing move is probably the check hook.
Why do you think boxing is a great sport for kids?
Because if they're getting bullied, they can show themselves how to defend themselves without like doing it that bad. Because it's worse to get bullied than to start training for to protect yourself and defend.
In your opinion, who is better, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
Ooh, I mean, Muhammad Ali has the shuffle, but Mike Tyson, if Muhammad Ali is doing this while he's doing the shuffle, in my opinion, um, he's gonna get caught because his body is open when he does that.
Tony, in boxing there are fighters who become legends and inspire generation of athletes. Young fighters around the world watch their fights and dream about becoming champions too. One of the most vast famous heavyweight champions in history is Mike Tyson. He was known for his incredible power and explosive knockouts. When he stepped into the ring, everyone knew the fight could end at any moment. His aggressive style, peekaboo, made him one of the most exciting fighters ever. Many young boxers still study his fights today. That's why I'd like to ask you about him. Do you like watching Mike Tyson's fights?
Yeah, because Mike Tyson's fight, you can learn a lot of good things from his fight, because how good he does it, and in my opinion, his peekaboo style is really good because they can't catch him while he's doing that, and then boom, he knocks him out.
100%. Another legendary champion in boxing history is Muhammad Ali. He was not only a great fighter, but also a very inspiring person. Ali was famous for his speed, movement, and confidence. He often said beautiful and powerful words that inspired people. His style in the ring was very unique and intelligent. Fans loved watching him move and control fights. Many people call him the greatest boxer of all time. That's why I'd really like to ask you about him. Do you enjoy watching Muhammad Ali's fights?
His fights are good too, but in my opinion, what wastes a lot of time is the shuffle, cause like what if he didn't land the first punch and then he does the shuffle and then he gets caught in the body.
Muhammad Ali had a famous phrase: float like a butterfly, string like a bee. This quote became one of the most famous lines in boxing history. Ali moved very quickly and used amazing footwork. Amazing footwork! He showed that boxing is not only about power, but also about intelligence. His fights were like beautiful performance in the ring. Many fighters try to learn from his style even today. His confidence also inspired millions of people. Confidence. That's why I am curious about what you think. What do you like the most about Muhammad Ali's style?
Well, he's fast too, and he has good power, and his shuffle is good too. But at the same time, I say he should do it for a little bit less and then punch.
Every young boxer sometimes imagines fighting like their heroes. Some fighters want to punch like Tyson, while others want to move like Ali. Each legend has a different style and personality in the ring. Tyson was powerful and explosive. Ali was fast and very smart in the ring. Both of them become icons of boxing history. Young fighters often choose which style they like more. That's why this is very interesting questions. Very interesting questions. Would you prefer to fight with Tyson's power or Ali speed?
Ali's speed is pretty good, but at the same time, his power could be a little bit better.
Who do you think is the greatest boxer in history? Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, or Alexander Usyk?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think probably Alexander Usyk.
Three-time undisputed champion, unbeaten. He is great. Yes, I agree with you. Would you like to learn Tyson's punching power?
Mm, yes, but at the same time, not really, because I feel like Mike Tyson he has pretty good power, but at the same time, his I would really like to learn more is his peekaboo style.
Would you like to learn Muhammad Ali's footwork?
Yes.
Which fighter do you think kids learn more from? Tyson or Ali?
Mm, I think Tyson.
If you could meet Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, what would you ask them?
Like how to do their footwork or their how how to do their footwork or their peekaboo style.
Tony, it has been a real pleasure talking with you today. It is always inspiring to see young fighters who love boxing and work hard to improve every day. I am Ukrainian. You already show discipline, courage, and a big passion for the sport. Many great champions started their journey when were very young, just like you. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Alexander Usyk, and others. Your dedication to training and your positive attitude are very impressive. I believe that if you continue working hard and believing in your dream, you can achieve great things in boxing. Young fighters like you are the future of the sport. So, I'd like to finish our interview with one final question. What message would you like to give to kids around the world who dream about becoming boxers like you?
To not eat junk food, you gotta eat healthy, and at the same time, whenever you're not fighting, you can eat like however you want, but at the same time, you really can't, because you don't want to be unhealthy and gain so much weight, but at this for you don't have to lose so much weight. And don't like drink, don't smoke if you want to become a fighter.
Tony, thank you so much for this wonderful interview. It was really great to talk with such a young and passionate boxer. I truly respect your dedication and your love for boxing at such a young age. I wish you great success in your boxing journey, many victories in the ring, and most importantly, to always enjoy the sport you love. Keep training hard, keep believing in yourself, and never stop chasing your dreams. We will definitely be watching your progress in the future. Thank you again for your time and for this great conversation. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, thank you too.
Goodbye, champ.
Goodbye.